On August 12, 2025, 14-year-old Valeria Afanador Cardenas was last seen here at Gimnasio Campestre Los Laureles. She left the school in her uniform. After that, silence. What happened to Valeria? And how can advanced AI and coordinated teams help solve this disappearance? With limited details about her route home, investigators face a critical race against time. Experts say the first 72 hours are decisive. For minors, the window can mean the difference between recovery and tragedy. This is the story of Valeria, the unknowns, the data gaps, and a proposal. Use AI and multidisciplinary strategy to find her. Valeria Afanador Cardenas vanished on August 12, 2025. It was a Tuesday, a seemingly ordinary school day that ended with an unbearable question. The official record is stark. Last seen on school grounds, wearing her uniform. After the final bell, she walked out of the school gates and into a mystery. Her school is in Cajicá, a bustling suburb north of Bogotá. It's a town of contrasts, its rapid growth creating a complex network of streets. The transit system is a web of public buses, colectivos, and ride-sharing services, offering countless ways to move and countless ways to disappear. This leads to the first critical gap, her route home. Investigators do not know whether she walked, took public transport, or rode with family, as her routines sometimes varied. That missing piece complicates all tracing efforts. Without a clear route, the search area explodes from a single path to the entire municipality. Every street becomes a potential lead, and every hour narrows the options. Authorities mobilized immediately. Local police, school officials, and hundreds of volunteers began searches, combing through parks and calling her name into the dusk. But physical searches in a dense, urbanized area are grueling. Communities search with heart, but resources are limited, and the sheer scale of the environment consumes precious time. 13 days after her disappearance, the initial urgency has settled into a painful uncertainty. The case is at risk of going cold. Crucial statistical questions remain, and those early blind spots have now hardened into significant obstacles for investigators. For Valeria's family, this uncertainty is a constant torment. They face not only their private grief, but also the slow pace of official procedure. In Colombia, accessing vital digital data like cell phone records is governed by strict privacy laws. While essential, these can create frustrating delays when every second counts. This is where every small detail, a uniform, a route, becomes the potential key. Across Latin America, resolution rates vary, but investigators know combining technology with fieldwork can change outcomes. Next, what do the numbers say about Valeria's chances? Estimating survival uses global databases, NAMUS, AMBER alerts, and regional studies. In the US, over 90% of missing cases resolve within a year. Minors are frequently located alive, but regional studies in parts of Latin America show lower 72-hour resolution rates. A sobering contrast. Applying patterns to Valeria, urban setting, minor, no immediate ransom or signs of violence, we estimate a 60 to 75% probability she is still alive as of day 13. This range accounts for three factors: global trends for minors, Colombia's regional context, and the time elapsed. Minors often return or are found in non-lethal situations, which supports a cautiously optimistic estimate. This is an estimate, not a certainty. New evidence can change probabilities quickly. Closing data gaps is essential. That is where AI and coordinated tactics matter most. We move now to the concrete AI tools that can be deployed within the critical window. In the critical hours after a child disappears, time is the enemy. Traditional methods, while vital, are often too slow. Today, a focused suite of artificial intelligence tools can dramatically accelerate the search for leads. We're not talking about a single magical solution, but a specialized digital toolkit, facial recognition, geospatial predictive models, natural language processing for social media, and behavioral analysis. Each of these systems is designed to illuminate a specific investigative blind spot, turning vast, unmanageable data into actionable intelligence. Let's examine how each one would be deployed in the search for Valeria. First, facial recognition. The system ingests thousands of hours of footage from public and private CCTV cameras within a designated radius of where Valeria was last seen. It's a digital dragnet. Using recent, high-quality photos of Valeria, the AI scans every frame, searching for a match. It can account for different angles, lighting conditions, and even partial obstructions. The workflow is precise. First, Feed the system the best available photos. Then apply filters, like the color of her school uniform or backpack, to narrow the search. The system then flags potential matches, but this is where the human element is non-negotiable. An investigator must personally review and validate every high-probability match. This human-in-the-loop protocol is crucial to prevent errors. In real-world applications, this process has compressed investigative timelines from weeks into mere hours. Studies from NIST and police reports confirm high accuracy rates, but only when high-quality source photos and intelligent filters are used. When video evidence is available, facial AI can increase the chances of a successful resolution by 20 to 30%. Next, geospatial AI answers the question, where to look? Instead of a grid search, the system creates a dynamic probability map. It analyzes layers of data, typical pedestrian routes for a child her age, public transit schedules, cell tower activity, and historical crime data for the area. In a city like Bogota, it can factor in traffic congestion and even the complex terrain of the surrounding hills. Powerful machine learning platforms like Palantir or ArcGIS ingest this data to generate heat maps, highlighting zones with the highest probability of containing clues or Valeria herself. A vast 50 square mile search area can be intelligently narrowed to a few high-priority zones. This isn't just theory. In documented cases, such analytics have reduced physical search areas by up to 60%. This allows ground teams, K9 units, and drone operators to be deployed with surgical precision, focusing scarce resources where they will have the most impact, saving precious time. Simultaneously, natural language processing, or NLP, sifts through the digital noise. It scours millions of posts on platforms like X, Facebook, and local forums for any mention of Valeria. But it goes far beyond simple keyword searches. The AI performs sentiment analysis to distinguish genuine concern from hoaxes or threats. It uses entity recognition to pull out names, locations, and times, even when buried in slang or regional Colombian dialects. Using sophisticated prompts in a system like Deep Search, investigators can ask complex questions and get back a prioritized list of potential leads. This allows a small team to triage tens of thousands of posts in hours, a task that would take a large team days to complete manually. In documented cases, NLP has surfaced actionable tips, like a photo posted by an unwitting witness, within 12 hours of a disappearance. This represents a 30 to 40% acceleration in lead discovery. In an age where every event is chronicled online, NLP is an indispensable tool for finding the signal in the noise. While other tools search for Valeria, behavioral models help investigators understand the why. These systems synthesize data about Valeria's demographics, her daily routines, the specific environment where she vanished, and case histories from thousands of similar incidents. The model then calculates the probability of different scenarios: stranger abduction, getting lost, or a planned runaway. This isn't about replacing investigators' intuition, it's about augmenting it with data-driven insights, helping them avoid tunnel vision on a single theory. By improving the accuracy of the initial hypothesis, these models can help reduce the time spent on false leads by an estimated 25%, ensuring the investigation starts on the right track. The true power of this approach, however, is not in any single tool, but in their integration. All these data streams, facial recognition hits, geospatial hotspots, social media tips, feed into a single secure platform. This creates a common operational picture for investigators and vetted partners. A potential sighting from facial recognition can instantly update the geospatial heat map, redirecting search teams in real time. Combined, these AI tools create a force multiplier, significantly boosting the probability of locating Valeria within the most critical hours. But with great power comes great responsibility. The use of these tools demands rigorous ethical safeguards. This means strict adherence to data privacy, constant human oversight, and full compliance with Colombia's data protection laws, like Law 1581. The risk of misidentification or data misuse is real, and it must be mitigated. Transparency with the public and obtaining consent where possible are essential for maintaining trust. Furthermore, principles like data minimization, collecting only what is necessary and deleting it after the case is resolved, must be enforced from day one. The technology is a powerful servant, but it must always be governed by human ethics and the rule of law. The first step is immediate public engagement. We launch a coordinated social campaign under a single hashtag, #FindValeriaAfanador, driving traffic to a central website with an anonymous tip line. This digital crowdsourcing can increase leads by up to 20%. To manage the resulting data deluge, natural language processing tools scan and prioritize the influx, flagging the most urgent tips for immediate human review. This creates a crucial partnership. Automation handles the volume, while human investigators validate credibility. In parallel, the digital forensics team delves into Valeria's digital life. Her phone data, location history, and hidden metadata often hold decisive clues. When available, GPS and communication patterns allow us to reconstruct a timeline of her last known movements, rapidly closing critical gaps. This digital evidence is integrated directly into dynamic geospatial and behavioral models, painting a picture of where she might be. The investigation must also look outward. We coordinate with international partners like Interpol, because a disappearance can quickly become a transnational issue. AI is used to scan their databases for matching case files or suspect profiles across jurisdictions, connecting dots that would otherwise remain hidden. The technological deployment is phased for maximum impact. We deploy facial recognition and NLP immediately, scanning CCTV and social media within the first 48 hours. As forensic data arrives, we layer in deeper geospatial and behavioral analysis. This is not a static process. Daily model updates and tight feedback loops between analysts and field teams are essential, allowing us to constantly reprioritize the most probable search zones. The strategy must be adaptive. In an urban area rich with CCTV, we favor facial recognition. In a rural setting, we pivot to geospatial searches. But no matter the tool, we must maintain community trust. This is achieved by disclosing our methods, limiting data retention, and requiring human oversight on all automated decisions. This transparency increases cooperation, which is crucial for generating leads and ensuring legal compliance. This combined human-AI approach yields measurable gains in leads and case resolution. The practical checklist is clear: centralize data, partner with tech experts, protect privacy, and iterate daily. Ultimately, technology doesn't replace the determined searcher on the street, it empowers them. When advanced analytics inform the boots on the ground, every search is smarter, faster, and brings us one step closer to an answer. Valeria Afanador Cardenas remains missing. Based on available data, we estimate a 60 to 75% chance she is alive, but probabilities depend on action. Facial recognition, geospatial analytics, NLP, behavioral modeling, used responsibly and with community support, can change the outcome. If you have information, call the tip line or submit anonymously at the site. Share the hashtag. Every tip matters. For Valeria's family and for Cajicá, time is the pressing resource. Technology can help, but people must act. If you saw or heard anything on August 12, 2025 or in the days after, please come forward. Your tip could bring her home. This video outlines tools and recommendations. All investigations must be conducted by authorities under legal safeguards. Help bring Valeria home.